All right, hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. So yeah, I got some time to kill before I gotta go somewhere. So yeah, I figured I'd start up a stream and just get some random stuff done on the stream here. So I want to do some art, and then I also am still working on the placement, the card placement algorithm for enemies. But before I get started, I want to remind everyone that Gunforged is available for sale. So if you want to support my work, please check that out and purchase it if you're interested. You can also wishlist it and wait for a sale if you prefer that. And I also have my Udemy courses available for sale. So if you want to learn how to build a complete game in the Godot engine, you can check out those. Those are all linked in the description below. So all of your support is greatly appreciated. That's the main way that I make my money right now, is from sales of those things. So yeah, and I guess let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, I've got this new, I'm still working on the algorithm for the enemy board placement. I actually ended up just creating my own algorithm. I was using the simulated annealing with, I did some modifications. The AI told me about this hill climbing thing, which is basic, it's kind of the same, but not really. But the problem is all of those ended up taking quite a long time. I mean, not a long time in absolute terms. It was like 0.1 or 0.2 seconds, but the problem is that that's a lot of frames, so the game would noticeably freeze when generating those things. And I'm sure I could get that faster by doing certain things. For instance, the board inventory component right now is done with a Godot node type, and it emits signals and all that stuff. So I'm sure I could prune this down to be like pure data. And that might get it faster, but I figured, well, that algorithm for the simulated annealing wasn't working that well anyway, so I decided to just take a more direct approach. I just called it naive placement. And in here, basically what I do is I get all of the enemy cards that need to be placed, and then I get the iBoard queryable abilities. And basically what I do is I store a list of all of the cards that this queryable could affect in a dictionary. So this is the iQueryable card, and then this is a list of cards that it can affect. And then I just order that dictionary, or I get an ordered list or whatever, by the number of cards that those things affect. And let me think actually. Yeah. And then, so that means that what I'll do is I place that iBoard queryable card first, and then for each card that can be affected by it, I then try to place it. Let's see. Yeah, down here is where I try to place it. So basically I'm just placing, okay, I'm saying this card might affect 3 cards. So pair up this card with those 3 cards, place that card first, assuming it has the most cards that it affects, and then try to place the cards that it affects in placements that it can affect. So if, like, right now it's just naively placing them as neighbors, but for more complicated query functionality, I'll need to consider that. But so that's basically how the algorithm is working, and it's actually generating pretty decent boards. The boards are not optimal by any means, but I don't think I want optimal boards. I think I just want boards that are on net potent and make use of the abilities and the cards that are on the board. And then the end of the algorithm here, it basically just iterates over all the cards that haven't been placed and just places them at random positions. So basically, it's going to try to place all the cards in such a manner that there will be synergies between the cards. And for any cards that don't work with any synergies of any other card, I just pick a random spot on the board and throw it on there. And so that's actually creating, like I said, pretty decent boards. I think if I enhance the placement logic so that I'm like maximizing the queryable ability of these things, I think that's going to actually improve things quite a bit. But let's just go ahead and see. So I'm generating relatively large boards here, and actually there is no synergy here, so that's actually fine. So like the axe here, yeah, so there is no synergy here either. I'm trying to generate some boards. Okay, so I mean, here's a problem here, which is that the incense, and I actually think that I can fix this. I think it's just a problem with the calculations, but ideally this skeleton should be up against an incense. I think it is technically. I think I'm getting the corner as a neighbor. So basically what I do is I say, okay, get all of the neighboring cells and then place the dependent card in one of those cells. The problem is the game doesn't work on diagonals. So this card got placed in a neighboring cell, but that's not how the adjacency bonus works. So I think I just need to add some logic to account for that. Again, this is all experimental, but anyway, I'm trying to show you a synergy and nothing is coming up. So anyway, hello, Luca. Hello, Felipe. Probably this is the last stream I'll see live. New working hours. Oh, no. Well, you can watch the VODs. And also, I mean, if I stream at odd times like Saturday, maybe you'll be on. Maybe you'll be available to see it. But that's all right. So here's a good example. So this axe deals double damage if there's an adjacent minion, and this got placed next to a minion. So stuff like that works. Also, it placed it next to a scarab, which is nice. And I'm also outputting all of this data too. So it says card axe has 2 potentially affected cards, Viper and Scarab. Card axe has 2 potential. Is there 2 axes? Oh, there are 2 axes. Okay. So I need to handle that case too. I think that it doesn't handle overlapping very well, but and then it tells me all these cards have 0 potentially affected cards, and it places these things, and then it only takes, you know, 1/50th of a second. And I think I can probably get this faster too. But yeah, that's the algorithm. I don't know how much algorithm work I'm going to be doing here. What I want to do actually is I want to draw a Corvid. And a Corvid is, I'm hoping I'm not making a fool of myself. A Corvid is it's basically the crow family. So you've got like crows and ravens. Those are Corvids. I think that would make a really good minion card. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can draw that here. And it's going to be, this is actually a new shape too. I don't have any 2x1 cards. So I think this is going to be interesting. So we're going to see how well I can draw a Corvid here. And yeah, we'll just find out, I guess. Corvid.ping. All right. Lock that, do new layer, load default palette. Okay. So the Corvid. So this is kind of an odd shape. So I was either thinking of doing like with its wings outstretched. And like feet. I guess I might as well just go along with this sketch for now. I could either do this or have like a profile view of it, but I'm going to try this first. I don't think that this is too... We're going to try the wings. I mean, those wings are not terrible, actually. They could be worse, you know? They could be worse. Don't want to make them look like butterfly wings, you know? I almost think that needs like, well, let's not go too far on the wings just yet. Let's not go too far on the wings just yet. Also probably don't want to make it perfectly symmetrical, but we'll see. This beak is not looking good. How am I supposed to make a beak here? Oh, that looks kind of decent, actually. Now the question is, how am I supposed to do the eyes? Ooh, that looks kind of good. Ooh, that actually looks kind of good. Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. Yep, that's better. So I'm trying to use the negative space here too, I guess that's the term. I don't know. I think that's the term that the art people use. So yeah, I just don't know how to exactly fill this in. That's the only thing that's going to be a little bit troublesome here. Okay. All right. So feet. I wonder if I can get away with using some purple in here as well. Maybe I should use that for the body. Problem is I don't really know how to fit the body into here. That looks kind of good, I suppose. Actually, that's not terrible. That's actually not terrible. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fill this in. Let's see. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Looks kind of like a bat now. Oh, goodness. Okay, maybe what I should do... just fill that in like this. Let's just fill it in with a solid color for now. Wonder if these just need to be shorter. Oh man, I'm going to be struggling with this for a while. Okay, well, that's looking all right. Hello, Anwar. What am I working on? I'm making a Corvid, which is just like a raven or a crow. Trying to, anyway. Trying to, anyway. I don't know what to do about these wings, to be honest. I wonder if I should go with more of a solid color here. Wings are just like a weak point for me, generally speaking, but also I don't know how to make them look like wings. It's almost like that... I don't know. I do not know. This is gonna look terrible too. Is there a way... I wonder if I should be using... I feel like that's close. I feel like that's close. What way do the feathers need to go, though? I guess the big problem is trying to communicate feathers. How do I communicate feathers appropriately? Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Google is useless. I searched 1-bit crow pixel art and I get everything but 1-bit. Let's do wing. I just want to see what a wing looks like here. Those are not 1-bit. These are not pixel art. Oh my gosh. Google is awful these days. It's absolutely awful. No. It's not 1-bit. One-bit wing pixel art. Hello, Vinny. Welcome back. Great to see you. That's nice. Do I have enough room to do something like this? Let's see, there's multiple layers here. I don't think I have enough room to do something like that, but maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's duplicate this, and I'll just redraw. I'll redraw the wings here. I'll redraw the wings and maybe do it intentionally with like the idea of having a thick feather. I don't want to make the bird look anemic though. Oh, shoot, I don't have enough room. I feel like that's closer. But not quite. So it's got, I mean, this is weird because it's curved like that. I don't really have that much space. Nope. We'll get through this. We'll get through it. We will get through it. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. I think the wings just need to be thicker. It's close. It's close. I would like to learn to do pixel art. Do you think I must learn traditional drawing first? I don't think you need to learn traditional drawing first, but I do think that you probably should know at least a little bit about color theory, which is very easy to pick up. There are just like a handful of basic rules of color theory that are like just very impactful that you can learn. But no, you don't need I don't think you need to learn traditional drawing. I mean, I didn't learn traditional drawing. So but yeah, you definitely do need to learn some of the more traditional lessons, I guess, which would be things like color theory. I guess that's the most important thing, honestly. Okay, so now the problem is that this doesn't look very much like a bird. Wonder if I thicken up the legs here and then... Ooh, that's much better. That is much better. Okay, those wings are much better, actually. I think these are a little bit iffy. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, I think these wings are a little bit better. So definitely need to, when drawing the wings, need to somehow emphasize the fact that these are feathers. I definitely think that that's important. It's just a matter of figuring out what the best way to do that is. And I think this actually looks the best. Yeah. So I think that's fine. And then I can do some highlighting. And I wonder if I should I bother doing some shadows here? Is that going to work? That kind of muddies the feathers a little bit. I wonder if I did something like, no, this is not going to work either. I could maybe do red though. This might work. That's kind of cool actually. I wonder if I replaced... No. Definitely think that this needs to be a different color. Okay. I think that this is probably okay. Oops. That's looking much better. Yeah. I still don't know if I like these though. I think I'll just go back to purple. Purple's just a little bit too dark. That's the problem. I do have a darker purple even, but I don't know. I guess it's fine. Now I wonder if I should highlight some things here. No. Might be in a quit while I'm ahead scenario here. I just don't like, there's something about this over here that I just don't like that much. I mean, I think it's fine. I just don't want the wings to be a giant solid color. That's the only thing. You think it's okay now? Yeah, I think it's probably fine. I mean, I could probably stop right here and be fine. Except for that. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm going to need to turn off symmetry. Get rid of that. I kind of already... Like, it's an odd number, or it's not evenly spaced, so I can't... It's not perfectly symmetrical with the sides, the padding on the sides and everything, but whatever. It's fine. Trying to get the impression of like a tail back here, but again, I don't really think I have enough space for that. Unless I... Whatever. Quit while I'm ahead situation. I think that's fine. I think it's fine. When you're zooming out, I think it looks all right. So... Didn't expect you to see me streaming at these hours, but it's very welcome. Welcome, Fiskets. Yeah. I've got some time to kill before I do my evening plans, so figured I'd hop in. Why not get some work done, you know? Chat with you all. Just chill. Okay, so the Corvid is in there, so I'm going to create a new resource. We'll see how it looks in game. Card definition resource, Corvid. This is a 2x1 Corvid. Quick load Corvid. Ah, shoot. And this is a minion. Cool. Let's go to the run manager now. Run manager. Trying to think where this is. I think it's in here. Yeah. Okay, I gotta add the Corvid here. Okay. Let's see how that looks in game. Let's see how that looks in game. It's not here. Okay, we'll get rid of the voodoo doll for now. Oh, I'd have some issues. Hold on. Oh, I forgot to create a Corvid script. I forgot I need to do that. Scripts, data card, create new file, Corvid. Base card. We'll just copy Bell, I suppose. So I think it would be cool. Corvid. I want to... Let me think. Let me see what this looks like first. It broke. Key not found. Are you kidding me? What key not found? Card registry 43. Occupied cells. Card cells to mask texture. Did it not get my new... Oops. Uh-oh, what did I just do? There's no way. Come on, Godot. I think I accidentally moved something. Did I move something? Oh, maybe not. Okay. It can't load this 2x1. Why can't it load the 2x1? $43. Card cells to texture, occupied cells. Oh, I need to do a card mask too. Ah, okay. I forgot about that. So I've got like a little card mask. So I need to create it. Basically just a white mask for this. So 2x1. So I'll open this. This becomes... Let's see. I guess I didn't need to do that. I need this to be white. So this white texture is basically used for certain effects. So I just do this, and then I delete everything else. Oops. And then I can save this as 2x1 underscore mask. Okay, now that that's there, this should work. Okay, there's my Corvid. Boom. And it currently does not have any abilities whatsoever. So I think what would be cool is... what would be kind of cool is if like you did like a flock behavior. So if this did... if this repeated its attack... if there's like another Corvid present on the board... or something like that. I think that would be super cool. So let's go ahead and see. So implement Corvid art. I'm probably going to want some kind of conditional. So again, I'm doing like a composed ability thing where I've got a bunch of abilities. These are all my abilities here. But these abilities are meant to be composed together into a single composed ability. And the composed abilities are basically just like chunks of abilities that make coherent sense together. And then these composed abilities are going to be the things that can be passed around in the alchemy system. So basically, again, the alchemy system being that you'll be able to take two cards, mix them together, and get abilities from one and abilities from the other onto the same card. And those will take the composed abilities. So the idea is you'll compose cards or alchemize cards that couldn't otherwise exist. And so all of those abilities that you can compose are going to come from these composed abilities. But the composed abilities are made up of a bunch of different kind of base abilities. So I think what I need to do is I need to create like a new... There's two new things here that I would be doing with the Corvid. I would be making it attack twice, and I would be making it that attack conditional on whether there's another Corvid on the board. So there's two things that need to happen here. There needs to be a conditional ability that can determine whether the echo ability is allowed to run. So let's start off with the first thing. Yeah, let's start off with the first thing, which is I'm going to ask the AI to do this. Excuse me. I'm going to ask the AI to do this. So create a new ability in @ability called Echo that enables the whole card. Oh shoot, this is actually going to be really tough. It would be easier if I just made the single ability echo, so if I make the damage echo, but I think it would be kind of cool to have the entire card echo. What would be the point of that? So if I just made the echo affect a single ability, then I might as well just multiply the ability by 2, but I already have multiplication in the game, so I don't know. Are you thinking about making some other courses? I might. Yeah, I might. Sounds like you need condition components. Yeah, I think I already have somewhat of a condition ability, but I just need to like genericize it. And hello to you as well, K-Man. Hello to you as well. So the thing is, I'm kind of reticent to do the echo. So there's two options I could do. I can make echo change the entire card or affect the entire card so the entire card reruns. But then it's like, at that point, do I just want to have card level effects? Because I was thinking of having enchantments, which are like card level effects. So each card has any number of abilities on it, and all of the abilities get executed when the card gets executed. But then there could be card level effects, like Echo, which makes its card level because it repeats the entire card's execution again when it gets triggered. So that wouldn't be properly an ability, I don't think. I think that would be more of an enchant. So, shoot. The other option is to make it echo only like, so when I'm creating a composed ability, it'd be like an echo damage composed ability, which is like, oh, it deals damage again if there's another Corvid present. But then at that point, I might as well just make it a double damage single hit instead of complicating the flow. But then there's no point in the echo, and I already have situations where the damage scales based on like other things. So I don't want to like, my goal right here is to try to implement as many like as much variety as possible in this early stage, so I can kind of see how the system's going to be built to make the system support all these different things. So yeah, I actually don't know what I want to do here. Do I want to make it just echo the entire... I do want to make it echo the entire card, but I think the proper way of doing that would be to... create like an enchantment system, which I don't really want to do right now. So like there could be like card level enchantments and whatnot. Let's look at my other abilities here. I mean, I kind of like the idea of making the Corvid work as like a murder, right? A group of them. So where they become more powerful, we've got 2 or more. Yeah, I don't really have any good ability ideas here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and here's what I'm going to do actually. Instead of composing a damage ability together with an echo ability, I think what I'll do is I'll make echo a separate ability, a conditional echo or something. And then I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so the way that Corvid is going to be set up first is let's go ahead and just add, so we'll do composed abilities.add new simple damage. So simple damage is a composed ability. It's just that, it deals damage. And then we're going to add a new composed ability. So create a new ability in ability called Echoes that enables the whole card to run again. You will want to use the turn executor rerun cards for life. I should probably tag this. Turn executor component rerun cards for life cycle. Create a echo ability and don't do anything else. Let's see if it understands me. Hopefully it does. Yep, do my job for me, AI. This cat is being so annoying right now. Why did it create the UID file for me? That's not right. All right, what did it do? So execution context, turn executor component, add card to rerun lifecycle list. I think that's largely fine. The problem here, I think, is going to be that it's not going to work properly. Or is it? Ooh, it might. Rerun lifecycle list. Yeah, it does the cooldown tick here, which is not going to work. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Ah. This is not correct. I just discovered a bug here. Do cooldown tick. What? Oh no, that's fine. Never mind. Cards can have debuffs here. I don't think the debuffs need to tick again. Okay, I'm gonna create a to-do here. To-do, don't tick debuffs multiple times during single turn. So when I'm re-executing, when I'm re-echoing this card, I'm calling cooldown tick, but then ticking the debuffs again. I probably don't want that to happen, because every time the card echoes through abilities that I'm going to add in the future, it would be ticking down those debuffs. I don't think I want that to happen, so I need to account for that at some point, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, so that echo is pretty good, I think. So now, I think I have a conditional ability somewhere. Where is it? Tag double damage, conditional value provider. Okay. So that's great. Now we want to create a composed using echo. However, the echo should only function if more than one card of type Corvid is on the board. Add any new base card ability as necessary to handle this check and conditionality. You may be able to use conditional value provider in at tag double damage. I'm gonna stage those things while I'm doing this. What is it gonna do? Okay, so we got a conditional echo here that's using a paste composed ability. It doesn't need to set a limit. Why is it setting a limit? Conditional executor, new conditional ability executor. Oh, okay. So it's creating a new, it's created a new conditional ability. Condition count this, yeah. So, value provider get value. Okay, so let's see. Stop creating UID files. Okay, there's some issues in here, but let's take a look. So I created conditional echo. I think this query is definitely good. I'm just going to need to add that type card type filter, I think, to the query options, which should be pretty easy. Conditional executor, query count provider. Right. Okay, so the query count provider is a type of iAbility value provider, because that just, when this gets executed, it sets the query count. That query count gets provided inside of the conditional ability executor. The condition here passes in the value from that value provider. And then we just check if the count is greater than 1, ability to execute. And then when this gets executed, we check the condition we executed. Okay, well, that works. Okay, yeah, that should work. I think this is actually fine. This is perfect. So accept file. I think I want to pull, well, okay. Let's do one thing at a time here. Great. Now add card type filter as a supported option in query options and update board inventory component as necessary to support it. This is saving a lot of time. I don't know about this ability explanation here though, but so the nice thing about doing these composed abilities here is that I can change a lot of these parameters. So I could change which type of card we're going to be looking for. Query all true. This query source board is wrong. Card type filter is not equal to null. Result.where card type filter. This is not is instance of type is wrong. Card type filter. I'm just gonna do this. Card.baseCard.getType is equal to query options.card type filter. That should work. Okay. Query affected cells. I don't think I need to change that. Cool. So we're adding the card type filter here. Count is greater than 1. Count is greater than 0, I think. I think whenever a card queries, it excludes itself automatically. So we need to actually count greater than 0. And then the the echo ability. Perfect. All right. So, repeats execution of this card if there are multiple Corvids on the board. Actually, you know what? I'll do this. Echo and then the ability get description, so I need to go to my echo now. Title echo, colors light blue. What the heck are you doing? Game utils dot. What? Where are my colors? Oh, game constants. We're gonna do color. Blue, we'll just do blue. So there's one other thing with this echo, which is that if execution context dot actually execution count, when does execution count get set? Base card increment execution count. Okay, so if the execution count is greater than 0, we're just going to return. So we don't, if it echoes, we don't want to echo again. Like we'll get in an infinite echo loop and we don't want that. So it's only that echo is only going to apply once. Okay. All right. So composed abilities. So this Corvid. So now what I'm going to do is composed abilities dot add new conditional echo. All right. Maybe we should just see if this works before I make the AI do any more changes to this code here. So let's go ahead and see. Run manager. I'm going to add another Corvid here. Corvid 2. Okay. So we'll test it with just one Corvid first. First, we'll make sure that, oh, you know what? description utils, I think I need to do this. Type of echo, ability descriptor echo, constants, color blue. Okay. All right. Echo if there are multiple Corvids on the board. Sweet. Okay, let's just make sure the first run is fine. So that's doing 2 damage, that's fine. All right, so now let's put multiple on the board. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Well, it's fine, I guess. Boom, so both of these should execute twice. I didn't see 2 executions. It doesn't appear to be working. It does not appear to be working. Also, there's some effects happening here, which I don't like. Okay, we'll figure this out. So let me think. Let's clean up this a little bit. Populate enemy board. We're just gonna not do this. Corvid. Corvid. Is it doing... Hold on a second. Let me set this to 4 health. I don't know how much damage is actually being done. So, I don't think it's executing twice, but I am going to set this health component here to... Let's do 8. If it's working correctly, the Corvids should defeat it after 1 turn, but I think they're both just doing 2 damage still. Yeah. So they're both only doing 2 damage. Why is that happening? Rerun. Await turn tick. Run life cycle tick. Card. Oh. I'm already running into this issue. Why did I put this here again? If card life cycle execution handled contains card stats. So this is why it's not working. Why did I put that in there though? I don't remember. Oh, it fixes the incense. Right. There was an issue with the incense not working properly. Or executing twice. Is that right? I'm trying to remember what the issue was. It was that... I actually don't remember why it was executing twice. I know I need that changed, but I'm going to just test this real quick. I want to see why. I actually don't remember why. See if I can figure it out. Oh, I should probably test this with the skeleton. Probably test this with the skeleton warrior here. Skeleton warrior, incense, boom. Is this going to execute twice now? No. There was something about the ordering. Oh, the skeleton. Oh, it's not the incense that was executing twice. It's the skeleton that was executing twice. Oh, I see. So the problem is, right. So the cards execute in order going from top down, left to right. So it grabs the cards going down this column and then this column, and that's the order that it chooses. If the incense executes first and pushes a card that runs after it into its turn, that causes the execution to happen immediately, but then it arrives at this card's turn, and it arrives at this card's turn, and it executes again. And if the order was reversed, what happens is this turn happens, and then this triggers the execution, and then it executes again. So basically the incense is triggering a rerun of the life cycle to handle this situation where the skeleton has already gone, it didn't attack, but then the incense pushes its turn cooldown into the area where it should attack, and then it immediately attacks there. The problem now, though, is that the fix that I implemented for that is preventing the Corvid from executing multiple times during a turn. So, how am I going to fix this? I mean, any echo ability is just not going to work with the solution that I implemented here, which is basically just to add all of the cards that have been executed to this card lifecycle execution handled set. This is a tricky problem. Interesting. Because I have two situations. I have a situation where I know that the card is already executed once this turn, and I want to execute it again. So the card cooldown is finished, and I just want to echo it again. Then I have the situation where the card cooldown wasn't finished, meaning that it's not ready to attack, but something like the incense pushes it into the state where it should attack. So those are two different things. Those are two different things. So what I might need to do is run lifecycle tick. Oh man. Wow, this is actually a tough one. How am I going to do this? How am I going to work around this? I think what I need to do is, I'm thinking of keeping track of like the basic execution. So has it executed its cooldown turn yet? But then I still need two different differentiations here. The other thing that I'm thinking is having like a force rerun life cycle where it ignores whether it's already been executed this turn or not. What that would require is this rerun life cycle list would have to become, instead of just a list of cards, it would be like card plus a flag if I want to force it. Maybe I might do that. Oops. Do a bool force. This is going to be wrong now. Order cards by priority. Yeah, that's going to break now. Let's see. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? All right, I'm just going to do this really sloppy for now. So we're going to do rerun lifecycle list dot to dictionary. Yeah, and then in here, I'm going to add a bool force equals false. Run lifecycle tick. I really don't know why these are different. I don't know why I don't just merge this into the single. It's kind of confusing, but whatever. Whatever. Okay. Or and not force. So we'll just go ahead and make sure that if the card has already been handled, we're also going to make sure that we're not forcing it. Okay. And force is disabled by default. So now, when I go to add card to rerun lifecycle list, we do force. Like so. And then I need to see where all of this is done here. This now can be true, so I can force that. And then this one can remain the way it is. Okay. So let's see if that now works. So let's try the incense first and just make sure that this is still working. The fix that I did for that a while ago is still working. Okay, perfect. That seems to work. And I'll do it the other way too, just to be extra sure. Okay, so it's still executing the way that I want it to. Perfect. So now let's try the Corvid. So I'm going to do one Corvid at first. 2 damage. 2 damage. 2 damage. 2 damage. And now let's do both Corvids here. Oh, there's no begin button. I was thinking I would be so fancy and just like keep going, but I can't start combat again. Okay. It's still not working. What in the heck? Okay, something's going on here. Okay, so I do think that I fixed an issue, but let's go ahead and see why this is not working now. So this conditional echo ability, query count provider. So let's do this. Condition. Return count greater than 0. I'm going to do a gd.print conditional echo count in there. Make sure that that's executing there. Echo ability. It's being executed there. The echo ability, all that does is... Actually, you know what? I can probably... Well... Yeah, let's just see what that outputs. I think that I'm pretty sure that query is fine, but let's see what the output is here. Conditional echo 1, yeah. So there's one other Corvid on the board aside from itself, so that's correct. So that is working. So it must just be this echo ability that's not working, but what I can do is I can just make sure if execution count greater than 0, let's put a print in here. Oops. What? Okay. Hello, welcome back. Yao Marcos. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you as always. All right, let's see what's going on here. Echo Corvid, Echo Corvid. Is it just not working? Oh, you know what? Why is it not working? Okay, so I think it's echoing properly. So now we just got to make sure that it's actually doing it in the lifecycle manager. So in the turn executor component, gd.print, run lifecycle tick. Let's do begin. Run lifecycle tick check finished. I wish I could step through this, but I can't. Finished. So all the logic is working. I think there's just something wrong with the turn not being executed again. Ah, yep, I'm never passing in that force boolean. That was the problem. Okay. Well, that print helped because all of these were false, and I was like, wait a minute, that shouldn't be the case. Okay. So I think I don't need these anymore. We'll get rid of those. We'll get rid of those. Corvid, go, come on. Oh, now it's stuck in an infinite loop. I thought... Oh, shoot. Now there's another issue here, which is that... wait, is that right? Yeah, shoot. Dang it. Oh. Okay, so now there's another problem in here, which is that this increment execution count happens after this execute loop. But the tricky thing is that this add cards to rerun lifecycle list, this is happening right here. So this is actually happening, I think... Actually, you know what? Maybe it's not. I was going to say, I think that's happening within the card's execution, but it's actually not. So this turn tick, run lifecycle tick, this is calling execute abilities. Yeah, so ability.execute. So this increment execution count should actually... Oh, you know what? When is the... Maybe the execution count is being reset. Reset all ability execution counts. Oh, this execution count is not... Okay, so there's a couple of problems here. the execution count is a long running number anyway. It's not even an execution count of like how many times has it executed this turn. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to need to do a couple of things. So I'm going to probably create a separate execution count. So I'm going to create like a turn execution count, which is the number of times the ability has executed this turn, and then a like combat execution count, which is a total overall rolling number of how much it's executed during this combat. And I need both numbers. I need both of those things. So that still doesn't explain why it's not working though, because the first time it executes during combat, it should be done. So I'm actually not sure why that's happening. So even if I do create a new number for this, it's just going to continue running, I think. I mean, I might as well print the execution count in here. I'm curious to see why that's not working. It's always 0. Why is it always 0? Why is it always 0? Was my intuition correct? I don't understand. Increment execution count is happening here. Execution count plus plus. That's base card ability. Echo inherits base card ability. Increment execution count. This executabilities happens here, and this is awaited, and then after this run lifecycle tick happens, then it checks the rerun lifecycle list. So it should be finishing its execution and incrementing the execution count here. Is reset execution count happening somewhere? Here's what I'll do. In base card, I'll just print that. Let's see if it's even being incremented immediately after that. Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. Shoot. Okay, I know what's going on here, but I need a couple minutes here, so give me just a sec. I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I come back, we're going to figure out how in the world we're going to fix this. I have no idea. I have no idea. So, yeah, anyway, I'll be right back in just a couple minutes, and then we'll see what we can do here. Alrighty, so the problem that's happening here is that since the conditional ability wraps the echo ability, is actually not being incremented because the incrementation is happening. Incrementation, is that a word? That's happening at the base card level outside of the ability and not inside of this ability's execute method. So
computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
I think the cleanest thing to do here would be to actually composable ability. I think what I need to do for conditional echo, the way that I should do this my cat is being very annoying right now. He keeps meowing in my ear. I'm trying to think. I think what I need to do is I need to make this. Where's my get all abilities? Yeah. I think what I should do is I should make this a composable ability. Composable ability, or composite ability. And is that gonna work? I don't think that's gonna work actually. What I was going to do is make it a composite ability, and then I need to override get abilities to execute. And what I could have done in here is ran the condition in here and then either returned an empty list or a list of the ability to execute. The problem is this get abilities to execute is fetched at the beginning of this loop here. And so, but it may be the case that this conditional ability executor here, the query count provider, so the query needs to run first, and that's where it's running here. The query needs to run first to update this card type filter so that this condition can happen. So actually that's not going to work. I thought that would be a clever way of doing it. The other option that I have is to extend my base card ability here. Call this something like internal execute. Well, I would do like protected abstract bool internal execute execution context with state. This becomes public void execute, and then I do if internal execute with the execution context, then I do increment execution count. And then I override internal execute instead, and I return true if it successfully executed, and I return false if it didn't. Now, the reason I don't want to do this is because now I have to refactor all this stuff to use internal execute instead of execute. And that also may present problems. Is it going to present problems? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I really don't want to do that. That would be a way around it. So then I would, every time execute is called, I would at least be tracking that. That would be at least probably more correct than handling it at the base card level. The other thing I can do is make an echo specific. I can make an echo specific ability. Where I can set whether the echo is enabled or not. Had to sub after watching how to get good at pixel art with no art skills. Probably the best tutorial I've watched explaining monochromatic to color. Oh, awesome, Gregory. Appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed that tutorial. I'm glad you found value in it. Yeah. I think that video, is very helpful. I mean, this is basically what I learned when I was learning pixel art, and I'm still learning pixel art, but those were like, those were genuinely like the 5 things that were the most impactful for me to know. So hopefully you feel the same. Okay, well, tell you what here. I'm gonna need to think about this. So base card ability. Just put this back. I'm going to need to think about this. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm gonna need to think about this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to commit what I have here. Conditional echo. I mean, this is largely okay. These are just problems in my system that I need to figure out. So I'll add a to-do in here. To-do, this doesn't work because execution count isn't being tracked in conditional echo. I think that'll work. I really don't like that force solution either. Man, I must not know how to build turn-based games very well because everything I do here feels like icky. Work on conditional echo. Hello, Luan. I've never seen you online this time. Everything going well with your new prototype? Yeah, it's going pretty good. I mean, I'm just having some issues getting the code working in a nice way that doesn't make me go insane, but no, it's fun. I can definitely see the fun of the game. It's already popping up. I've only been working on this for like 3 weeks so far, but I'm definitely seeing the fun of the game popping up here. And I think once I just get this foundation built really well, I think it's going to be pretty fun to do all the roguelike stuff that I want to do with this and add all the VFX and camera shake and numbers and stuff. I can definitely see it being super fun. And then, you know, having all the stuff that you'd expect from a roguelike game. Like, why can't I place this here? So having all the stuff that you typically expect of a roguelike game, like collecting runes or whatnot. Why does that never work? Oh, there's a bug here. There's always a bug. There's always a bug. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Shoot. Always bugs popping up. In any case, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, but just gotta get this foundation built, you know? All right, well, that's gonna be it for the stream. I have to, well, not unfortunately, I have to go. I have plans for tonight, but if you'd like to support my work, if you enjoyed the stream, check out Gunforged. It's $8.99 USD. You can also wishlist it if you'd rather wait for it to go on sale. This is the primary way that I'm making my money, that and my Udemy courses, so if you want to support my work, check out the links in the description below. Those are all the ways that you can support me. The Udemy courses are great if you want to learn how to build a game in the Godot engine. And also, if you play Gunforged, leave a review. I'd very much appreciate that. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. I know the weekend's already like half over for a lot of us, but have a great weekend, rest of your weekend, and I will see you most likely next on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, bye-bye, everyone.